Hello, Sagittarius. Thank you very much for tuning in to this week's read. For the main part of the read, I'm using the Tarot Grand Lux by Ciro Marchetti. Website is usgamesinc.com at the top there. Supportive Oracle cards, Spellcasting Oracle cards by Flavia, Barbara, and Lizbeth. There's their full names if you'd like them. On the back here, there's some websites. The one I notice usually is shewhoisart.com, but feel free to freeze frame on any of that if you'd like to check it out. Excuse me. Hiccups already. Okay, where are we going, Sag? Where are we going? Well, the first card is the rough one, but it's not that bad, maybe. What's up with the boundaries? The boundaries card flew out and just is sitting over here. So, like, what is up with the boundaries? Sagittarius, to me, seems like boundaries are like a weird thing. Sometimes it works well, other times it doesn't. I feel like it depends on the situation for you guys, but let me know. Because it's kind of like it's like if the boundaries aren't too restrictive, I feel like that could work for you. But if they're overly restrictive, it can't. And I've just kind of understood this recently. Kind of like, for example, if you have like 5 acres to make something happen, you can make that work for your advantage. You're like, okay, that's a boundary that I can work with. There's enough here. There's enough space. I can do it the way I want to do it. I can do it as I want to do it and change and move around. That's workable. That's doable. But if it's so restrictive, like you have a 5 by 5 inch 5 by 5 inch little cube, they're like, make everything happen right within here. You're like, well, that's a bit much. 5 inches by 5 inches, that's your space, Sag. Make that happen. Oh, okay. Depends. It depends on what it is. If it's not overly restrictive, you can thrive. I get that. And I'm getting like there's some stress here with what you're getting involved with, kind of like, I don't know how restrictive this is going to be. There's definitely restrictions here right off the bat. I get that with the 9 of Swords. And especially with the boundaries being right there. But it's kind of like I'm working with somebody that I've worked with before. I'm dealing with somebody I've dealt with before, and they can be way too much. Now, they have to realize, see, there's the restrictive energy. How bad is this going to get? Like, do you have to, like... Hold on. It's there, but, like, how bad is it going to get? So we got Fire. Page of Fire. And the Star card? No, that's not the Star card. That's the Moon. 18 is Moon. They don't know how restrictive they're going to get. It's their natural thing to put boundaries. Okay. Which is not a good nor bad thing. Some people just... That's just what they do. In the very beginning, hopefully you see this, and you need to explain to this person, if you give me 5 acres, I can make magic happen. If you give me a 5 by 5 cube, you're going to suffocate me. And I feel like their first reaction is, well, I'm not going to put you in a 5 by 5 cube, Sagittarius. And then you're going to have to keep talking, but like, well, sometimes it feels like that. So I need the 5 acres. Give me my full 5 acres. And let me be. Trust me to do what you need me to do. I'm willing to give you updates. I'm willing to show you progress. I understand that that's part of the situation that you need. But give me my room. Step away and let me do it on my terms. And once a week we'll touch base and I'll tell you what I've got done. And I'll show you the progress and realize the progress has to be on my terms if we're really going to make magic happen here. They have the need to create boundaries. Whoever you're working with, and I feel like you know that, but it's kind of like these boundaries can be negotiable, especially in the beginning. What's holding you back is the history of this situation. You've worked with this person before. It's freaking you out. I feel like, especially reconciliation, the 6 of Cups. What do we need to solve from the past for you? 6 of Pentacles, you bent over backwards. You bent over backwards to the point where you lost yourself. Sagittarius, to me, I think of as very cooperative. Very cooperative. Kind of like we have a goal, we need to get things done. I want to just keep moving. Sagittarius to me is very cooperative. We don't want to cooperate ourselves into like a corner. And I think that's maybe what happened last time you worked with this person. You were way too giving, and we got to kind of pull it back a little bit. This actual situation can go a lot better than it did last time. It's kind of like, all right, I learned last time what didn't work. Bending over backwards, bad idea. I broke my back. It was horrible. Can't be doing that again. Can't be doing that again at all. So what do we got? Got to talk. Got to let them know I need 5 acres, not a 5 by 5 cube. Let's remember that. Give me space to roam. I can make magic happen. And they also got to get out of your way. Now, I do feel like they have the ability to do that, to get out of your way. I'm getting like the key to success is like explaining to them the outcome of success. So like the more they can give you, the more they can afford to give you, the more room they can give you, the more they can let you do it on your terms, the more you're going to be able to give. The more they restrict, the less you're going to be able to give, because it's going to just drown you. I feel like they want to work on your side on this. They want to work your way. Spirit guide matching with the willpower is kind of like, the best way I can describe this, if you've experienced it, is like there's this extra thought going through your head, and it just doesn't seem normal for you, but there's this extra thought going through your head of like, but I could do this. And there's like a better way to do this. Or if I just could pull my energy back. And the point is, they're getting these feelings and thoughts like they could give you a chance, they could give you a try. The universe is trying to help you soften this person up. But it's the battle between like doing it a better way versus their ego. It's there. It's a normal thing for humans to have a battle with your ego. It's more common than not, no matter how much we want to believe it. It never disappears. It's always there to some respect, to some degree. It's just how often you give in to the ego versus how you should do things. It's just naturally there. Some people, it's so natural that they just run on ego, and that's just how it is. Other people have a less, like they run on it less, but I don't know. They're trying. I think that's the point. The way I feel like this is going to probably work out, and I'm just trying to be careful with this, because I'm seeing the Page of Swords, I'm seeing the Seven of Swords, and I'm seeing the Three of Wands. All of this together, they're going to kind of step back and let you do what you need to do. But when I see the Seven of Swords there, this one, especially with the Page, I feel like they're going to be watching. It may look like they're not there, but they are watching. It's almost like the stealing of information, if you will, because sometimes people refer to the Seven of Swords as the thief card. It's kind of like the stealing of information. They're going to be watching. I don't really see that bothering you. Especially if you know it going in, that they're definitely going to be watching. How and when, it may be very random, probably not. There's probably going to be some type of like system they go about, like every Tuesday at 3 o'clock or something like that. Or they'll have people keeping an eye on you for them. That might be something happening too. Doesn't seem to matter. You're going to do what you need to do. You do an honest job, so let them watch. Knock your socks off. You're definitely going to be watched. But I feel like you're just going to prove that, you're worth your weight. You're worth your weight in gold, I guess is the best way to put it. Because judgment goes in their favor by stepping back and letting you do it the way you need to do it. It does go in their favor, which in turn brings success to you, which is the Six of Wands right here. It's very, very, very successful energy for you. I do feel like you're going to get along with this person or whoever this is a lot better going forward. I'm seeing they realize that if they really expect this situation to continue and to flourish, and if they want to keep connecting with you going forward after this situation, they have to abide by the new rules that will definitely be uncomfortable for them. But the animal card, I love the animal card because it's very primal, obviously, but it's talking about when I think of an animal card, when I think of how this comes in, you have your own nature, your own way of doing things, and you have to respect an animal's nature. You can't force an animal, like you can't take a scorpion and expect it to be warm and cuddly. You know, they're not warm and cuddly creatures. You know, you can't have a wolf and think it's not going to have that instinct to hunt. That's just naturally what they have. You know what I mean? It's respecting somebody for who they naturally are, and they have to naturally respect. They have to respect your natural way of doing things. If they can respect that, it doesn't mean they have to like it, but there's new boundaries for them. They have to hold themselves accountable to let you flourish the way you need to flourish. If they're willing to do that, they can successfully move forward with you. And they have to come to terms with that. They came forward in what's working right. They understand that after this situation. I see more of a cooperative energy with this person, getting along a lot better with this person. I see healing coming in. I feel like this is benefiting you just as much as it's benefiting them. I feel like also on your side, the balance of this is realizing I can't allow myself to bend over backwards for this person. I have to, like, if they start, messing with the way I do things, I have to stand up for myself and say, listen, if you're going to do that, I'm not going to be able to do what I need to do. You're going to restrict me too far, and then we're going to have a problem again. You got to let me, spread my wings and fly the way I need to fly. It just kind of ended right there. So the boundaries, like there's gonna be boundaries here, but again, it's the difference between 5x5 cubicle to 5 acres. If they can back off and let you thrive the way you need to thrive, things will go fine. I do want to put a little bit of realism in here. Watch this person. These are general reads. If this person can't do that, if you're dealing with somebody who's just, they can't for whatever reason, or they won't, they're just giving you the heads up that you're going to have to change your connection with this person because they're going to restrict you to the point of suffocation. On the other hand, know that this has to have boundaries. There's an other way. I see this for some of you going this other way, that's just really shocking to me, where this person just kind of like, they don't give you any boundaries. That's not going to work. Be careful, because this person needs boundaries. If they just walk away and just like, all right, you do what you got to do, and they don't set that 5-acre boundary, work with them, set your boundaries with them. Tell them you're going to have the 5-acre boundary. It may seem counterproductive, it may seem counterintuitive, but if you give them like, I'm going to do this 5-acre boundary, and you tell them that, you're going to realize they're going to be watching, and they're going to say, oh, are you really? You're going to keep yourself within those 5 acres, and it's going to help them feel more comfortable with this, realizing that there is a boundary. If the boundary is lacking, this is not going to work for them. There has to be a boundary. Boundaries have to occur here. But if they're walking away and they're not setting the boundary, you set the boundary. You set it and you tell them what it is, so you'll hold yourself to it. Make sure you give yourself as much as possible. Say you want 10 acres, but you're like, you know that that's not going to work for them. Think it out. Like, how far do you think you could sustain long term with them without them freaking out? You're like, I would love the 10-acre boundary, but I feel like that's going to be unrealistic for them. So I'll set it with the 5-acre. And I feel like if they're going to be one of those people like, oh, whatever you say, just make sure when you tell them that 5-acre, realize they are going to be watching, and they're going to be looking to see if you actually did honor the 5-acre boundary you set. If you don't set the boundary, I'm telling you, this is going to implode at some point. Boundaries are necessary. They are necessary, but if you get the chance to set them, just make it realistic for you. Anything else? I think we're there. Hopefully that helps. Thank you for watching. If you'd like a direct reading from me, shoot me an email, jamesforastral@gmail.com. That's James the number 4, astral@gmail.com. If you're interested in the donation information, that's below with the same email. Thank you for watching, and have a great day.